What up, YouTube Live? How's it going, everybody? I think the camera's that way. Uh, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment. I'm currently out and about. Um, been a busy morning, and now I'm just waiting for the evening to happen so I could screen Sicario: Day of the Soldado in the theater here nearby in Burbank. So I'm away from home, and but today, the new episode of Marvel's Cloak and Dagger arrives on Freeforms. So I figured, since I don't have any time to put together a nice video of my review, I'll just do it YouTube Live, this format. First of all, I would like to thank Marvel Television and Freeform and Disney for granting me the screener to this fourth episode. I saw it a while back and I rewatched it again for this review purposes. So, just a heads up, this video contains spoilers. Again, this video contains spoilers because I will be recapping what happened in the previous episode and also I will be describing to you a bit of what is going to take place in this new episode, episode 4, airing today, and the title is Call Response. So, okay, so this review is mostly for those of you who have watched the series so far. Excuse me. I'm in a restaurant. I just ate. I apologize if I burp a little bit. Um, so, real quick, what happened? Remember, in the stained glass episode last week, Tandy Bowen and Tyrone Johnson, um, each of them went through this sort of a vision or hallucination vision trip, where Tandy saw little Tyrone, you know, and then she saw Tyrone pretty much tried again and again to, I guess you could say, commit suicide by cops. That's when you try to, instigate police to kind of fire at you. Um, in this case, in her visions, she saw Tyrone went through like a several instruments of death because Tyrone at this point was so hell bent on revenge on the cop that killed his brother Billy. So that's what happened last week. Do you remember that? Okay. So and then Tyrone's vision is little Tandy, and then he saw Tandy's dad um, being tortured by the company that he worked for. I think it's called Roxanne or Roxanne. I apologize if I mispronounced the company's name. Okay, so which brought us to this episode because that those two visions, they basically came to the conclusion like they they can't go on doing the same thing again and again. With Tandy running away from it all, and Tyrone, you know, revenge every time, revenge, revenge, revenge. So the conclusion of those visions, like, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. So what is that other way? Well, uh, of course, it's gonna be leading to relying on each other. So that's what this new episode called Response is about. Finally, Tandy and Tyrone, although they already met before in the past, you remember that in the first episode. In this one, in Call Response episode, they really, really, really meet face to face. Like this episode is dedicated to them talking to each other, basically. There are some situations, instances that happen along the way, but mainly it's about them, um, you know, sharing with each other, unloading, trying to figure each other's powers out, and it's so I don't want to get to spoil too much, but basically the other situations that happen along the way, Tyrone's dad reveals to Tyrone about the past, the family's history. that runs deep apparently in New Orleans. Apparently, Tyrone's dad kind of moved out of the neighborhood that he was in, so that's why he's now sort of like privileged, like a very upper middle class kind of black family. And the situation that happens on Tandy's side is that Tandy finally gets to know the guy that is dating her mother, the new guy, Greg, the married guy, and turns out he's actually a pretty decent man. And I don't want to go. I guess I'll reveal this much. Tandy's power, right? Aside from the dagger, the crystal dagger, she also can sense people's hopes, right? Not fears, but hopes. So that's how she judges Greg to be a nice guy. And so Greg helps Tandy out with the mystery surrounding her father's demise or death. That's supposed to be an accident, but it's not really an accident because the corporation has something to do with it, obviously, from the vision. Um, so those are the two situations that happen to both characters, while at the same time they're talking to each other in this warehouse. Um, the talk itself, it's very, very, what's the word I'm looking for here to describe it? It's very existential, all right? It gets really deep. Um, Not only do they, you know, share each other's powers, and they at one point they even, try to, let's see if we touch and see what happens. Kind of like the siblings in the Gifted series on Fox, Lauren and Andy Strucker. When they touch, something, calamitous happens, and something similar happens to this when Tyrone and Tandy touch. Boom. I think Tandy said something like, "Let's try it. Let's try it. If we could touch without, you know, losing each other's crazy." Something along that line. I thought that was very well written. So yeah, the talk itself, man, it gets really deep. They and at one point it gets even confrontational because they're trying to up each other when it comes to, like, hey, you have white privilege. No, no, I don't. I'm poor. Tandy says I'm a runaway. Look at you. You're the upper middle class. So yeah, what I'm a black man in America. So, like, what's that got to do, with that? Because cops will be on my ass over something along that line. So all this social, it's amazing. I love this show because the writing is so profound. Um, it talks about not just these two characters, but also the social issues that surround their, you know, economic conditions. It's just so deep, and it's like it's sort of like a representation of their community, basically, and and that confrontation part, I like that because they're trying to point each other's out, to their own, like, hey, you want to go this way? Look at yourself in the mirror. Check yourself first. Something like that, without giving too much away. Um, so don't expect this talk, this big talk in the warehouse, to end up like, okay, by the end of this episode, they'll be on the same page and they'll team up. No, 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 no. It's gonna take a little while longer than that. But for what it is, I'm glad that this talk happens because it shows growth in both these characters. You know, instead of running away, instead of dwelling in revenge, they actually like, "Look, you know what? Let's figure each other out. Let's see if we can find this other way that the vision tells us to do." And I like that. The performances are great. I'm a big fan now of both Olivia Holt and Aubrey Joseph. Um, talented young people. Um, and the way they deliver, their lines, the way they deliver their characters, it comes across. You know, Nothing about it is pretentious. It's very genuine. So I like that. As I said before in my previous reviews for this show, this is the teen superhero drama that we need right now. Cloak and Dagger writers have gone above and beyond to make the story and the characters very, very timely. So I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of audiences beyond just the fans of Cloak and Dagger comic books and the fans of Cloak and Dagger show. So that's it. That's my review of Cloak and Dagger episode 4, Call Response. I've been granted also the screeners for episode 5 and 6. I will be giving you my review of those episodes next week. So stay tuned, okay? Thanks for watching. And as always, please subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you can support this channel, please do so. $2, $3 per month can go a long way. Sign up today at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Become my patrons. Thanks for being Rama Screen fans. Let's rock this.